Today, we will be discussing developmental genetics and pathways, and in order to do so, I'll be using characters from my favorite TV show, The Office. Developmental genetics is the study of how genes control the growth and development of an organism and often uses a pathway to show how different genes affect others. Here's our pathway. The Todd-Packer gene product inhibits transcription of Dwight, as he doesn't like for Dwight to succeed. The Jim gene product stimulates the transcription of Pam, as he is in love with her. The Pam gene product inhibits the action of the Todd-Packer gene, as she does not like Todd. And if Dwight is transcribed, then Angela will choose to be with him over her senator boyfriend as they are truly in love. But what does this actually look like? If we take our 5 characters, Jim, Pam, Todd, Dwight, and Angela, this is our pathway. If we start with Jim, we know that his gene stimulates the transcription of the Pam gene. The Pam gene product inhibits or blocks the action of the Todd-Packer gene. The Todd-Packer gene product blocks the transcription of the Dwight gene. And if the Dwight gene can be transcribed and translated, then the Angela gene will be activated and she will leave her senator boyfriend to be with Dwight. But what would happen if they were single or double mutations in our pathway? Let's take a look at some examples. In our first example of mutation 1, what would happen if Jim was removed from our pathway? If Jim was removed, then he could not activate Pam, and Pam could not block the Todd-Packer gene from inhibiting Dwight, which would mean that the Dwight would not end up with Angela. So in mutants lacking Jim, the transcription of Dwight would not occur. In our example of mutation 2, what would happen if Todd-Packer was removed from our pathway? If Todd-Packer was removed, the Jim gene would still be able to activate the transcription of the Pam gene, and Pam would not have to block the Todd-Packer gene. And since Todd would not be there to block the activation of the Dwight gene, then he would be able to activate the Angela gene and they would end up together. So in mutants lacking Todd-Packer, the transcription of the Dwight gene would still occur. In mutation 3, what would happen if there was a double mutation where Jim and Pam were removed from the pathway? If they were both removed, the Jim gene would not be able to activate the Pam gene, which would mean that the Todd-Packer gene is not blocked from inhibiting the Dwight gene. So Dwight and Angela would not end up together. So in double mutants lacking Jim and Pam, the transcription of the Dwight gene would not occur. In mutation 4, what would happen if there was a double mutation where Pam and Todd-Packer were removed? If they were both removed, there would be no gene that is inhibiting or blocking the transcription of the Dwight gene. So the Dwight gene would be transcribed and translated, and he would be able to activate the Angela gene, so they would end up together. So if they were both removed, the transcription of the Dwight gene would occur.